So, like, once again, I'm not a big fan of the things that Donald Trump says, but he's been helping my community since he's been in office as much as he knows how to. All right? As much as he knows how to. So Biden gets elected. According to the Washington Times, it says Joe Biden tackles economy with big $700 billion spending plan. He doles out $400 billion for federal Buy American spending, $300 billion on high tech. All right? $300 billion on high tech. Now, okay. This doesn't even make any sense, to be honest. Because how are you going to tackle, to revamp the economy by spending with big tech? If you look at the stock market right now, the best performing stocks right now are in big tech. They don't need your money. They're weathering through this crisis just fine. All right, they don't need your money. So for you to focus it over there, I don't know what's going on. But where is he going to be getting this $700 billion? Well, let's take a look. All right. Over $10 trillion he plans to raise in the next 10 years in taxes. All right. The country is still recovering from COVID-19, and he wants to add over $10 trillion in taxes. All right. The country is still recovering, and he wants to increase taxes. By the way, we left monarch rule. The Revolutionary War was started primarily because of the high taxes that we did not want to pay. So for him to raise taxes now and think that that's the solution to what's going on with America is beyond me. I don't understand why that makes sense. And you shouldn't either, but you can think however you want to. I'm not the mainstream media. I'm not going to tell you how to think. All right? I'm just going to tell you my opinion. All right. The country is recovering and they still want to add taxes. All right. Biden also wants to reinstate the Obamacare individual mandate that fined people sometimes $2,000 in cases for not having insurance. All right. Most of the families that were fined made less than $50,000 per year as a family. And he wants to reinstate that. Like, I don't understand how that makes sense, because if they couldn't afford insurance, what makes you think that they can afford this fine? Hello, somebody, like, and so many of us are calling him the lesser of two evils. You know, Matthew 25, Jesus literally said, for whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does have not, even what they have will be taken from them. And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Now, if you don't think that that's what Joe Biden's trying to do, I don't know. But it's the Bible that's gonna happen. Well, then are you literally trying to fulfill the Bible, this kind of Bible prophecy? You literally letting him into the office will fulfill this prophecy. He wants to raise taxes when you already broke. All right, he has enough. And he wants to give more to big tech. That doesn't even make any sense. They have more, and they're gonna get even more by Joe Biden. Like, I used to follow the media really closely, and I was fighting alongside the liberal left for a while. All right, like, I don't really like labels, but that was probably the closest back bucket that I would fit in. All right. The moment I started looking into all this stuff and started researching this information on my own, I quickly crawled out of that place, and I rejected that foolishness, because I realized that I was supporting the oppressor, and that's not what I was going to do for my life. All right. Jordan Peterson literally says that if you say no early on in your oppression and you mean it, meaning you state your refusal in no uncertain terms and stand by what you say, then the scope on behalf of the oppressor will stay bound and limited. So we need to say no. We need to say no. All right? Donald Trump is willing to do the things that we let him do if we ask him for it. And the things that we don't want him to do, we need to tell him no. And Joe Biden is planning to do all these things, and Joe Biden and Barack Obama are literally telling us they're not offering you any facts or solutions. They're playing to our emotions. By the way, they're not giving you any sort of any proper solutions on what they want to do. But right over here, part of Joe Biden's plan when he gets into office, he wants to spend $700 billion on helping to revamp the economy, and $300 billion of that is going to go to big tech. And we thought that everybody was mad that including myself, that these stimulus payments were going to public companies. like in hospitality specifically. And they were actually suffering. The hospitality industry was actually suffering. All right, big tech right now is not, and Joe Biden wants to give them money. Why aren't we mad about that? And why aren't the mainstream media talking about this more so everybody can be mad about it and know?